We are at Howry Island Recreation Area again. We're going to see if there's any chance that we can do some rock hunting. And look what I remembered. So let's get going. It's very pretty. No matter what the season, this place always gets to me. This place looks totally different from the last time I saw it. You can see there's ice that's piled up on the river. It's so pretty. I feel like I'm in the Arctic. The grass makes a shivering sound. Maybe a rattle. Maybe a combination of all of those. This is a super interesting piece. I believe it's chert. I think if it were covered with silt, I would have to wash it off and make sure it wasn't an agate because it has that beautiful, wonderful, bumpy, globby kind of look to it. But it most definitely is not. It has some darker stuff here and then some chert. Here you can see somebody's already broken off a piece to see if it happens to be an agate. So somebody was here before me. Here's a very pretty piece of jasper. I must be hungry. It reminds me of bacon. I found a bigger one of these on an earlier hunt, and it seems to me that they are tiny little pieces of silica all cemented together with other silica. This one looks like it might have some bigger pieces in it as well. So I'm going to take that one home. I think that looks pretty interesting. This piece of jasper is very clear for a piece of jasper. It's almost an agate. That's going to go in my bag as well. One thing I didn't know until I started coming out to the river in the wintertime is that ice can form downhill slopes. You can see around here, all the way along here, the ice has kind of cracked and it's pushed up against each other and very slippery, obviously, because it's ice. Kaffa has decided to go get a drink. So we're going to go around the other way. I picked this up because it was sparkling in the sunshine. See those little crystals? I'm really not sure why, but this just struck me as funny. It's a whole clamshell in the middle of the grass. My goodness, look at this. It's a whole little microcosm just living in this clamshell. I better put it back. It's odd to me how this beach can be so familiar and so foreign at the same time. Everything is different. The water level is different. The rocks that are exposed, well, they are probably the same. I'm being forced to look in different places. It's just really interesting. This one's a little dark, but it could be an agate. Could be, but isn't. This little guy is just peeking out of the rocks, enjoying the sunshine. Ooh, I bet that's going to be really pretty tumbled. Very nice. Look at how pretty that is. And here is a fairly hard-looking and beautiful piece of jasper as well. I think the difference between jasper and chert is mostly color, like what minerals are in it. But I'll have to look that up. This, for instance, I would call chert. That other one was red, so I would call it jasper. But they seem almost identical in composition and hardness, so yep, research is required. Wow, today seems to be the day for finding beautiful jaspers. Look at that. More pretty jaspers. That looks like it's a jasper mixed with quartz. So pretty. Speaking of jasper mixed with quartz, I just picked up this one. I'm having trouble hitting the rock. Ooh, look at that red. Wow. What a cool piece. Just so beautiful. This is some other kind of stone in here that must have been the matrix it formed in. Here's some more here. Look at that red. That is super neat. This is kind of a pretty little piece. There isn't any silt on this, so you can see it pretty well. But you can see it even better when it gets wet. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty that is. It's got some quartz crystal type stuff on the bottom. No, come back! It's got some quartz crystal stuff on the bottom and then some beautiful clear silica on the top. Just gorgeous. I haven't picked up any petrified wood yet this trip. I better do so. It's a pretty little piece, isn't it? That piece is a small enough size it probably will tumble up very nicely. It's mostly jasper that's catching my eye today. Look at how that's so translucent and beautiful. Look at these gigantic cottonwood logs. Just heaved up here on the bank. Just to make a nice place for me to sit down. Check this out. It's a banded jasper. Whee! Again, I think this is a piece of chert, but it looks like it has these bands on it that just make me want to take it home. It's all bubbly bumpy on the back, but look at those. Look at this. That's cool. I really don't know what it is about today where the jasper quartz is catching my eye. But this is the third piece I've found, and my goodness, it's beautiful. Just look at that. Another thing I've learned coming down here in the wintertime is how much the ice forms on places where you wouldn't think it would. I am standing right now on a place that was all rocky beach, and the ice, the water rose up, covered the whole thing with ice. So now it's just, I could skate. It's some Jasper quartz. Look at this, it's even got some crystal pockets in there. Pretty nice. Here's a pretty little agate. I love how they shine. Speaking of shining, right at my feet, as I was looking at that one, here's another one. This one's much more clear. This one might take the award today for teeniest agate. I spotted this in the dirt while my dog was running back and forth, and it has a sparkle. Oh no, sadly it's just a piece of quartzite. So that's going to be just the same kind of crystalline structure all the way through. I think this is another piece of banded chert. And I don't usually go for the kind of subtle colors that chert has, but there's something about this one that speaks to me, so I'm going to take it along. I wish I knew what this was for sure. Maybe brecciated marble? You can see it's got all these kind of pieces and parts, and it's super clear, but then it's all cemented together. Anyway, I wish this weren't quite so big because I am going to have to take it with me, and it is a bit heavy. So it must be about time to start winding back to the car. I bent down to spray off this rock, which is nothing, and the overspray caught this piece of jasper, which now has to go into my pocket. So pretty. So I'm on my way back to the car, still on the beach, and I see this thing. I think, well, it looks sort of agate-y, but it's covered in silt like the rest of these rocks here. It was just right down there. But I have a spray bottle and I haven't used up the water yet, so I'll wash it off. So I did this and I'm thinking, that's kind of interesting. It looks a little bit like petrified wood. And then I turned it over, and not only is it petrified wood, it's one of the nicest pieces I've ever found. It has the ring structure here, so it's like a chunk of a log. With this piece, what I'm going to do is grind it down flat and polish it and leave it just like that. Wow. I feel so lucky. Doggone it, I told myself I wasn't going to pick up any more jasper. But look at this. It's just stunning. Looks like brecciated jasper, I guess. Just so much different colors. Depths. Come home with me, my pretty. One of the things I love about rock hunting is the unexpected. You know, you come thinking, oh, I'm going to find an agate, or oh, I'm going to find this or that. And instead what you find is just a vast variety of beauty. So the agates I found were pretty wee today, but that piece of petrified wood just made my day. It was another beautiful day outside. I'm so glad you came. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.